Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Bold Badass Business Show. I am Dr. Barnsley, Badass Barnsley Brown, bringing you yet another badass from New York, Amie Sponza, you all. Now, Amie, oh my goodness, she has done filmmaking. She's been in theater for over 40 years. Amie founded and continues to run the Northeast Stage nonprofit theater. And they mount these incredible productions of Shakespearean plays in areas all over, in outdoor places all over, right, Amie? All outdoors?
Yes, outdoor public parks in Suffolk County, New York.
I
Yes.
love it. And you all, Amie is just an incredible creative spirit. And I'm going to let her tell you a bit more about how she started her business, Act Now Life Coaching. And what she does is helps those of us who are in our second act to sparkle.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Sometimes life can get dull and mundane and it can
Mhm.
feel like drudgery. And Amie Sponza is here to combat that. Plus, one more thing about her, she is a certified transformational coach through the Brave Thinking Institute of Mary Morrissey, who is one of the foremost thought leaders alive today. So we are talking big time. Amie Sponza in the house, and the crowd goes wild. Woo! Welcome, Amie.
Thank you so much for that amazing introduction, Barnsley. I appreciate all the kudos. I have been running my theater company, Northeast Stage, since 1983. That's when we formed our nonprofit organization, and um, and it's been a labor of love, honestly. In between there, I also directed 16 high school musicals while my children
Woo.
were growing up, and then once my daughter graduated from high school, I said to my husband, I'd really like to try going back to the city and working professionally again,
Mm.
having been working for my family's marina business while we were raising them, the kids. So he agreed, and so
Well, let me pause you. I'm going to pause you
yeah,
because I know something about your story.
yeah.
I have a secret to tell you all about Amie. She is actually a client of mine, and I absolutely consider her just top notch and a friend, as well as I have the honor to be her business coach, her badass business coach. Let me tell you this about Amie. She has this story about when she got really unhappy.
Yes, I was getting to
Oh,
that.
sorry.
having having been, going into the city and auditioning and being part of a 72-hour film challenge where I was getting to create these amazing films, and I was very excited about it. And I in 2019 had an agent, and
Mm,
then the pandemic happened and everything
mm.
shut down. And so I was back to working, just being having to be satisfied with, the family business
The marina.
arena, and which,
Mm.
God bless, it's took care of me and helped me raise
But
my.
there's something fishy about it, Amie.
It's something fishy, yeah. Well, anyway, one day my brother said to me, "Can we meet at Mom's? I want to talk to you." So I was like,
Mm. Oh
"Sure,
boy.
okay."
Okay.
And so sitting there in Mom's living room, and he
Mm.
said, "I just have to say, I have noticed how unhappy you seem, and it's obvious to everyone around you that you're unhappy." And I was like, "What?" I had no idea that
Oh.
how I was feeling was so obvious, Some actor I am, right? Wearing my heart on
Oh,
my
how did you feel at that moment?
sleeve. Well, it was surprising, certainly. And with any family business, there's some family drama.
Oh,
So
yes.
I wasn't sure where this was going, but he said, I it seems like the light has gone out in your eyes. And he
Mm.
has seen me when I'm happy. He's
Mm.
seen me when I'm in my element and joyful and doing what I love. So it was it was surprising to me. And he said, I
Sounds
think it's
painful,
important
Amie.
for you to go and find your joy, find what
Mm.
lights you up, go on a retreat or, do something so
Mm.
you can find that thing, which was pretty amazing of my little brother. I'm the oldest of five, so he's my
Wow.
little brother.
He saw you.
He did. He saw me. So
Whoa.
I went looking and I came across Mary Morrissey speaking about her Dream Builder program. So I decided to do that. So it was a 12-week program.
Oh, let
And
me pause you because, okay, I want to press in on a couple of things that I've already heard that I'm like, and I know your story. And all
yes,
right, first of all, I'm thinking I'm getting these chills as I think this. I'm like, oh my God, now my brother has passed away. But if my brother had said that to me, like, oh my
yeah,
God, I probably would not have slept for
yeah.
like days. I mean, that
Well,
was
yeah.
shocking, huh?
It certainly made me emotional. That's for
Yeah.
certain. Yeah,
I mean, that's a big deal. And thank God, this is something I want everyone who's listening to hear is that, we're so lucky when we
mhm,
have somebody who cares enough about us,
yeah,
who loves us that much. Like your brother obviously did, because he told you what he really truly saw
yeah,
and what other people saw, and they didn't have the guts to tell you.
yeah. That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yes, yeah,
Shit, thank you God for that. I mean,
mhm,
because we need those people around us who are going to observe and say, like
yeah,
he said, the light's gone out in your eyes. So I
mm,
just want to say that to everybody here, listening, to be aware that when you toe the line and you've heard somebody maybe talk about something they want to do, a dream they have,
yeah,
don't just be the one who says, oh, well, that's okay. You've got plenty of time. Be the one who says, you've been talking about this for 20 years and you need to talk to Amie Sponza.
yeah. That's right. Yeah. So I went through during the course of my going through this training, this coaching program. I wrote one morning in my journal, I would love to be invited to be in a short film, shooting in my local area, working with like minded creative people, and being part of the creative
Ooh, I'm getting
process.
chills again.
And then I took my dog for a walk.
Mm.
And on the walk, I got a phone call, but I didn't answer it because I was talking to another dog walker who turns out had been in the business, was in New York. And I thought, ooh, maybe this is
And
something.
synchronicity.
But he went on his way, and then I thought, well, I should probably call Joey back. He the friend that had called me. So I did, and I said, what's up? And he said, hey Amy, I've written this short film. I would love for you to be in it. I'm here with the director today. Can you meet with us? I want to talk to you.
And that's when you got back from the walk?
That
Are you
day,
serious?
that very day. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I just wrote about this in my journal. He said, well, I guess it's meant to be. So I met with them. I
Okay,
liked,
I'm going to pause you. I'm going to pause you. That's a nice way to say interrupt, Amie.
yes,
But I want to break this down for everybody because,
yeah,
y'all, I want you to listen to this. All right. Now, this is where manifestation starts.
right.
See, Amie sat down and she's like, I want to be in a short film. I miss that. I want to do that. I want to act again. I want to be in a film. I want to be around like minded people.
Right.
And you wrote it down, which is
Yes.
also powerful because when we write things down, it comes into our cells in a way that doesn't happen if we just say, well, I'd like to take an improv class. It gets it into our bodies. We begin to embody it. And I love that you were such a fast manifester that you're going out to take Benny. Benny is her dog. He's super cute, y'all. He's so cute. We get to see Benny when we're in the Make It Happen Mastermind. He makes cameos. And Benny, you're walking Benny. And then you meet this guy who's like, oh, he was in the business. And then you go home. It's a triplet. Watch for the triplets in your life, everybody,
Yeah.
because first you declare it, then you get this sign. Oh, synchronicity.
Yeah.
It's not chance.
No.
And then you go home and you get this call and we want to meet with you. And then you have the meeting.
Yes.
So the original declaration and the three, the
Yes.
triplet, the the holy three, you know, the
Yeah,
Trinity
the
of
truth.
manifestation, if you will. I
Yes.
love that, Amie. And when you went to the meeting, what happened? Was it just like meant to be?
Well, yeah, I mean, in fact, they came to the marina where my office was.
Are you kidding me? They came to the fishy place?
They came to the marina. Well, it's a boat dealership.
I'm
We
just teasing you.
Yeah,
It
yes.
has yachts and
They
nice
came to
boats.
my HR office and they told me about their idea for this script and the
Mm,
role they wanted me to play. And so
beautiful.
not only did I decide, yes, I would love to be in it, I also got to be part of the creative process because I have
Wow.
this theater company. I helped them cast some other roles by suggesting some local actors, and I provided two locations for them to shoot, my
Oh
home
my
and
God.
their home. So when it came time to do the shooting of the film, I was part of all of that. And then once the film was in the can, it went to the film festivals and it won awards.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah,
What the heck? This is
yeah,
okay. Now, this is flow. What
yeah,
Amy's talking about, every piece of that is flow, but it all started because she said, I claim this. This is what I want.
yeah. The
Wow.
only thing I forgot, Barnsley, was to put
Hmm.
I would love to be paid.
You'd love to be what?
I would love to be paid for it.
So that's why you have me, right?
I left that part
Don't
out.
undervalue yourself. Um, Even your husband said that the other day, which was amazing. He's like, don't undervalue yourself, honey.
Yes, yes.
Man, he's come a long way. I feel like he's kind of been in our mastermind by osmosis.
We'll see.
I
We'll
think
see.
he's been in there because, man, he's like shifting all the. This is the thing, everybody. When we shift, and I like to say, okay, and y'all know I sometimes curse on here, so just lighten up a little. Um, the difference between shit and shift is one letter.
Yeah. Yep.
And you
Yes.
went from shit, where you were feeling like shit,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
were unhappy, and you're in the marina and you love your family. So you had this feeling, I need to do it right.
Yeah.
I don't want to let my family down. But then they're like, hey, girl, you're not looking good. You need to do your thing.
Mhm.
And off you went.
Yeah.
Man,
So I
y'all,
was so
just if you
inspired.
listen, put something in the chat. Give us some hearts. How inspired are you by this? What's
Yes.
the thing like that? I want to be in a short film that you need to write in your journal like Amie did. I
Yeah.
have a feeling that the surprising steps we're going to talk about, you really can't really get what you want, right? You can't really get what you want unless you take these three surprising steps that we're
Yes.
going to get to. So, Amie, I apologize. What were you going to say?
That I was just going to say that I was so inspired
Mm,
by this manifestation, this synchronicity, that I decided, hey, if I can do this for myself, I can help teach other people I decided coaching
mm,
others to do what I had done would be an amazing thing to do because I
mm,
do love helping people, and I always have. And coaching seems sort of like an extension of
mhm.
what I do as someone who is guiding and running a theater company and having done direction of young people. I I I just felt like there's got to be other women out there like me or other creative people like me who are just searching for that sparkle to come back,
And especially women, because,
Yeah,
we've spent our whole lives, right?
taking care of other people. And we
Yeah.
put ourselves last always.
And then we get to this time where we're at empty nest, or
Mhm.
maybe we're about to be grandmas or something like that. And we're about to think, oh my God, I'm about to get my freedom. I can go climb
Yeah.
the Great Wall of China and do jumping jacks there, whatever. And then we realize, oh, maybe I can't, because I got to take care of mom, or I got to take care of the grandchild, or I've got to take care of all the rescue animals. That's me. Um, you know, Something I love, Amie, and by the way, y'all, Amie had this before she ever came in here, but we totally changed her messaging. Um, Her Act Now life coaching Look at that. Look at her wonderful logo, which she already had. I take no credit for that. I didn't help with that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That was Amie and everything she did
You can
prior to us
direct
meeting.
you can direct your own life and be the
Exactly.
star of your life.
And
Yes.
what I love is the play on words, right? That if I were still wearing my PhD hat, I'd be like paranomasia, because that's a name for pun, paranomasia. But the play on words of Act Now Life Coaching. And I think that takes us into the first surprising step, doesn't it? Because so many people, sit back and think, "Oh, I'd love to start that nonprofit that helps girls go to school in Kenya," or "I'd love to stop human trafficking," or "I'd
Mhm.
love to I'd love to have an animal sanctuary for, whatever, for exotic animals that people get tired of because they bite them."
Mhm.
Um, but they sit back. And so, Amie, I know you get a lot of these people coming to you needing your help and wanting your complimentary consultation, which is great. I love that you offer that. By the
Mhm.
way, she's got a gift for us later, so y'all don't leave. So, Amie, what is that first surprising step, and does it have to do somehow with the name of your business, Act Now Life Coaching?
Well, the first surprising step is designing your dream.
Mm.
You want to be specific, five sensorize.
Mm.
What would I love? What would I love my life to look
I
like?
love that 5 sensorize. I've never heard that. That's cool. I love
use,
that.
use all of
You
your
got it.
senses. What does it feel like?
Embody it.
What does it look? What am I seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting,
Yep.
feeling when I am living the life I love? Like
Beautiful. Hmm.
jumping into, like, putting on the costume, putting on the clothing, wearing, like, what do I want to feel like when this happens?
But
You
what
know,
about those people who've never had that? I mean, they've never really had the life they want. Maybe they've had a glimmer
there
here or there.
that's using the power of imagination.
Mm.
Is what do you imagine? What would you love it to feel like?
Mm.
If you're saying, well, I would love to be, if you're saying, well, I would love to be able to pay all my bills at the end of the month. Or you
Mhm.
could say, I
And
would,
have extra.
or you could say, I would love to be sitting in a Paris cafe, looking at
Mm.
the Eiffel Tower, eating a croissant and some cappuccino, and being paid $10,000 to be there. How
That's what I did last summer. Amy, that's what I did. Oh, well, anyway, it's not about me, but another time, y'all, I'll tell y'all that story. Those of you listening.
So
But
the
that's
idea
exactly what
is
we did.
design your dream and make it big. Like,
Mm.
really go that, because why not? I mean, it's your life. You design it the way you want. I mean, and that's the first step, because if you don't know where you're going, any path will get you there, you know?
Right. Now,
So
I like that verb design that you're
design.
using, and I
Yes, the
think that's
three
kind of
Ds. I have three Ds.
all right. I think that's kind of a surprising verb because, I see a lot of stuff. You and I have talked about this some. See a lot of stuff out there like create your dream life or live your dream life. And it's very airy fairy. It's very flaky. It's not clear.
Mhm.
It's not designed. So
Yeah.
tell us about the word design and tell us about the D's because that's really cool.
Yeah, well, design, I mean, you can live your life by default doing the same things that you typically do, or
Mm,
you can live your life by design, where
mm,
you're actually creating and thinking up the design of what your life is going to look like and feel like.
wow.
And like, you're designing a line of clothing, or you're designing, your home and the way you want. You can't, when you're building a house, you can't tell the architect, I would like to have a nice home.
Yeah, good luck with that. You're going to live in a yurt.
Yeah, they're like, well, what is a nice home? What does that mean to you? How many bedrooms? What is the style? You have to design it. So that's the same with your life. You need a blueprint.
Mm,
So you design it. And then the second one is surprisingly simple, but not always easy. And that is
The
to,
second D?
yes, the
Oh,
second
you
D.
mean our surprising steps all start with D?
Yes.
Okay. Damn. There's a word with D. Damn. That's so smart. Okay, I love it. Okay. But let's pause for a second. Let's pause. I love that. The 3 Ds, right? Not D-Day. Oh, it is sort of D-Day, but in a good way. Um, wow. So I'm hearing in my head, Amie, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing the listener say. Well, where do I start to design it? I
Yeah.
mean, oh my God, like the world, I mean, my life has been this. I mean, how do I even get a sense of what I want to design? What would you say to that?
I would say, I would say, try to recall what it is you used to love as a kid, because that's
Mm.
usually a pretty good indicator before people started to squash your dream.
Oh boy. Yeah. We're not talking
They tell you
zucchini.
that's not realistic, or you're never
Mm.
going to make money doing that, or
Right.
it's
You
not going
need
to
to work at a
support you.
bank.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where I would say to start.
Start with your.
And what lights you up?
Mm,
What is something that what difference do you want to make in the world?
mm.
Depending on what it is, where you're coming from. For some people, it's not about the money. For some people, it's about creating joy,
Yeah.
or, giving back, especially
But
in,
that's possible when you have money.
yeah,
You can give
yes,
back.
yes, for sure.
Well, Amie, I'm thinking as you say that, I think that's so true. Gosh, I'm thinking about, oh my Lord, I wanted to be a leader of a circus. I spent countless hours leading the circus, and I was the MC, I was the performer. I did everything on on
Yeah.
my little jungle gym, which was a really basic one because that's what we had back in the 70s. But I also would go. We had a neighbor's cat. Oh, he was so bad. And they would feed the birds, and he would catch the birds.
Uh-huh.
And I would find these birds that were half dead with their little mangled wings. And I have always been super sensitive. And that for some of you may be like, oh, she's so assertive. But no, I was such a sensitive child. I was an HSP, a highly sensitive person, which I'm sure you were too, right, Amie? I mean, they call it HSP. Like we're super sensitive, and we love everyone. We want to be compassionate. But I would go out there and find these mangled birds, and I would get my shoebox and I'd try to nurse them back to health. And every once in a while, I would have success. But, you know, I wanted birds, I wanted beings, living beings to know they mattered and to be whole, right? And that's really been on my mind. I've been thinking about the birds a lot, and they're even in my children's book, The Birds, one of the birds, Whimsy. Um, so, what would be, Amie? I'm sharing that story, which hopefully is evoking something for those of you listening to
Mm-hmm.
think about. What was the thing that you did in first or second or third grade that you were like, oh, and your heart opened and you felt light
Mm-hmm.
and you were surprised, maybe, you
Yeah.
know? Um,
And I would say to you, Barnsley,
mhm.
you are still a ringleader, and you are still looking
Oh,
after people,
don't
and
make me cry, Amie. That's
you,
no,
you
no.
are, you're doing it. You're doing it now in a
Oh,
different form. It's not the
yeah.
circus that you thought. It's a different kind of circus.
None of us are animals, but we are
But
very
but
interesting.
but you are caring for animals because you give back to
Yeah,
animal shelters.
that's true. But I appreciate that. And yes, it's true. We do. I mean, each of us has this incredible in the mastermind, what I love, and everyone who's kind of come through that. And right now it's a little smaller than usual because of different things I've needed to contend with, as you know, right? We're
Mhm.
not getting into all that, y'all. But, sometimes we need to slow things down a little bit. And all the people who've come through, I just always think I'm so grateful that I could work with them. I feel very honored, and I feel very proud for them of all that they've done and accomplished. And you are no exception. Okay, Amie, pause. Here's a pause. For a second, you all. Let me tell you that Miss Amie, and you started your business, what, 2 years ago? Is that right?
22, April of 22.
So a little more than 2 years, right? And let me tell you that Miss Amie came in. We met each other at an event, and we instantly connected. And Amie ended up taking the plunge and taking action, which, by the way, you all, people who take action get results.
Yes.
If you don't take action, and that's what we hope for you today, is that you're going to think of something, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that from childhood. Let me do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I loved turtles. Let me save turtles at Cure Beach in North Carolina, whatever. I hope that we connect you back to the part of you that didn't have the, as you called it, the mission squashed yet.
Yeah.
The part of you that was fearless, the part of you that just wanted to give your soul and your heart. But I have to tell y'all, Amie came in, and she had a message that wasn't working for her, and it just wasn't, we don't need to get into what it was. But here's the thing. Amie shows you that your greatest message, everybody, is in the thing that you've come through. And for her, that was going through this period of, oh my God, I'm unhappy. I don't want to work with family business. I want to do this, and here's why. And I want to perform, and I want to help people, and I want to coach people. So when you get in touch with that, right, then you can overcome anything, right? When you get in touch with that. And let me just tell you, I'm going to brag for a second. Is that all right, Amie? I don't want to embarrass you. I'm bragging on you, not on me.
Yes. I'll take a
Are
sip.
you sure? Are you sure? Let me just tell you that Miss Amie sitting here, and you may think, she's very mild-mannered and sweet, and she is. And very fun, and very, she's a great listener. She's such a good listener, and very supportive of everyone around her. So you can't go wrong with having Amie as your coach. So let me tell you that Miss Amie came into the program, and there were things we needed to move around with her messaging. And, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, getting a business off the ground is no small feat.
It's no small feat. I mean, the Wright brothers, getting it off the ground was not easy for them. And when you get the message that really resonates, then things take off. And let me just say that we worked on Amie's message, and she really implemented, even though there was resistance. And how many people have had resistance? I resist my coaches all the time. I can be a little biatch to my coaches. I really can. I can be a biatch. But Amie implemented, and she got her messaging, and it was all about that very hard moment. So you all look at that hard moment in your life that you moved through to claim what really was yours. And there is the heart of your business and your mission and your abundance. So Amie got really clear, and we did all this work together, and we tweaked it and tweaked and tweaked. We worked our asses off, right, Amie?
Yes, we did.
We did. And she showed up. You all, she has not missed. You haven't missed a single power hour that I can think of in all this time, like 10 months we've been working together, 9-10 months. Amie has not missed a single one. She was sick, or she was taking care of her mom, or she was doing this or that, but she was always there, always there. And guess what she created? Her biggest month, and this is super exciting, and I asked her the exact number because I wanted to give it to you, was $16,975 that came in. Now, you all, it ain't about the money. Like you pointed out, Amie, it's not about the money. But when we see those figures, we know that she's helped a hell of a lot of people, right?
Yeah, it's the impact. It's an indication of the impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is a way to measure. And I just heard something today, and I loved it, and I hope I can quote it. Ever since I was pulled into the principal's office for telling dirty jokes when I was in grade school, it's very hard for me to remember certain things, Amie. I will tell you, like verbatim. Yeah. And yeah, I can't tell jokes anymore. I really can't. It like scarred me for life. I'm not joking. I know it sounds funny, but it did. So I heard this thing that what you track grows,
Yeah.
and what you track grows exponentially. And it was from the father of modern statistics.
Yeah. You can't manage what you can't measure.
Right.
They've
Oh,
met.
that's another way to say it. But
Yeah.
this was the father of modern statistics saying, look, y'all, you got to track it. So, Amie, that month with that $16,975, I'm just going to ask you, and this is where I get to have a little pleasure. I'm going to ask you, how did you feel? How did that feel to create that in our mastermind?
It felt amazing and rewarding and powerful. Yeah. It felt
And
powerful.
confirming.
Yes. It felt like legitimate,
You're the
like
real deal.
like this stuff works. It
You're
works
the
when
real
you work.
deal. And I want to tell you something else that I really learned from Amie that I love. And it's such a beautiful expression. Tell them about your partner in believing quote. I love that.
Well,
Your
yeah,
quote is your,
I consider myself uh, a partner in believing for my clients because, truth be told, most of us already know the answers inside of us. We are our own best um, experts.
Mhm.
We are the experts on ourselves, but sometimes we need a partner in believing when we have trouble believing in ourselves. And as a coach, I act as a mirror, reflecting back what I hear, what I see, what I'm feeling from my clients. Because when you do that, when we're in the picture, we can't. When we're in the frame, we can't see the picture. So
Mm.
we need, sort of like, well, if you're directing a stage production and you're in it, you don't know what it looks like. You have to, but on if you're doing a film, you can watch the playback and say, oh, I need to do something
But
different
it's
here.
still, I think that
But
would be really
it's not
harrowing and
easy.
hard.
There are only certain people that have the skill to be able to do
Mm.
that, and it takes practice, certainly. So yes, I am a partner in believing in guiding women navigating change. I
Okay, y'all listen to that. A partner in believing. So when you don't, and the way I like to say it, I love the way you say it. The way I say it to my clients is borrow my belief in you
Yes. Yeah,
until you have that belief in yourself.
correct.
And we're really like midwives. I heard that word earlier, Amie, when you were talking. I was like, we're like midwives. That's what a great coach is. They're like a midwife. They're there providing you with the resources you need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
They're telling you what to expect. They're telling you what to avoid.
Yes. Holding your hand as you
They're
birth
holding
your
your hand and they're telling you stop. No cigarettes, no whatever it is.
dream.
You know, they're there to make sure that you are comfortable and safe and creating that beautiful birth of
Yeah.
whatever it is, whether it's a business or a baby
Yeah. Or a dream,
or
whatever
a
your dream
dream.
is.
So the first D is design your dream. Let's
Yes.
reiterate.
Yes. Design your dream. And then the second step is deciding for your dream, deciding you're going to go for
Mm,
it. Because just having the dream, writing it down, thinking about it, isn't really going to make anything happen.
mm,
You can, until you decide, it's just like some people won't back out of the driveway unless they know they have green lights the whole way. You don't necessarily know how to accomplish what it is you would love. You
mm,
just know I'm going for it. And
mm,
sometimes all you need is the first step. If you take one step in the direction of your dream, then the next step will appear. But it
mm.
starts with a decision.
Okay, okay. So, what step would you recommend to everyone listening? Because I'm just hearing that right now. Somebody's like, What kind of step? I mean, what do I do? What are you talking about?
Well, decide that you want someone, decide you want some help, and pick
Mm.
up, click the link, pick up the phone, call somebody who, like me or like you, who can be that partner and believing for you, and have the
Ooh,
free phone conversation to see, are we a good fit to work together?
like find the person who has done or is doing or
What you
has
would,
overcome
yes.
what you want to overcome. Find that person and let them make your life easier.
Yeah. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Good Lord, girl. I'll tell you, okay, I've been in business 24 years, and you've heard me intimate this, but literally, I tried to piece that stuff, SH vowel T, together because I started my business with $1,000. And I
Mhm.
like to say $1,000 and a lot of boobs, not a lot of balls, because that didn't apply to me, right? That's how I
Yeah.
started my business. And there wasn't a spouse. I had 4 mouths to feed, and people were like, "Oh my God, you had 4 kids." No, I had 4 rescues.
Yeah.
And I had to make it happen. There was no choice. And at the time, Amie, if I told you I was shitting bricks for months, I could tell you that. But so many things happened. I mean, weird stuff. Let me tell you all listening the power of commitment.
Yeah.
The power of commitment is huge. I remember, and I had this property, and I had a roommate, and that helped me pay the mortgage. And I kept, now I have it as an investment property. But at that time, I was making less than $13,000 a year. Less than
Mhm.
$13,000 a year. Did y'all hear me? All right.
Mhm.
There's no excuses. Stop making excuses. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I can't make my mortgage payment. And it was like the second month of my business, Amie.
Yeah.
Second month. And I
Mhm.
said, and I always have a strong faith. I said, okay, God, this is interesting. Let's see what happens. And daggone it, you all, I got this. What it was some intangibles tax. What the heck is that even? I don't even know what that is. It came in, kid you not, this freaking check came into my little mailbox, and it was enough within a few dollars for me to make my mortgage payment.
Yeah. It's
Now,
amazing
this is
how
the
serendipitous.
power of this deciding that you're talking
Mhm.
about,
Yeah.
because we don't have the evidence yet, right?
Right. Yes. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence.
Oh, wait, say that again. Man, that's profound. Okay, somebody put this into the freaking comments, would you? All right, say it again, Amie, slower.
Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence.
Whoa. All right, like
Just
okay,
because you can't just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
yes.
And it all has to do with our energy and our, it's quantum physics. We're all energy, and we're it's a spiral world. Like even our DNA is a spiral,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so life wants us to keep growing and spiral. And if we're not spiraling up, we're spiraling down and we're dying.
Boop.
So we want to keep growing and growing and growing and transforming and changing. Change is the only constant. So if here's an example, if you want to hear, um, if you want to watch the Discovery Channel, you're not going to see it on CNN News. You're just not.
You're not.
You have to be on the right channel. You have to have the right
Mm,
vibration. You have to tune in to the right things.
mm.
So that has a lot to do with, how and when things manifest.
All right, now, Amie, you got into spirals, and I love spirals. And actually, I took a course recently in spiral dynamics. So interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, Hegel, the philosopher, talked about spirals. But that downward spiral that you were in, I want to break this down for everybody. Y'all listen in. Downward spiral,
Yeah.
you took it and you went, woo, I'm turning that up.
Yeah.
And how, what would you say is the biggest thing that the biggest way you were being that changed that spiral from downward, ooh, I hate the marina, blah, 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 to upward? What would be like one little nut that they could take, one little gold nugget?
Well, I think it started with being open to the possibilities,
Mm,
and I and I say gratitude for the blessings in my life
mm,
already. Gratitude goes a long way.
mm.
When you want to be grateful for what is and eager for more. This or
And
something
what's to come?
grateful and open to receive this or something even better still.
Mm, this or something better, even still.
Yeah.
I've never heard the even still on that. I love that. I've
Even
heard
better still. Yeah.
this or something better, but I love
This
this
or
or something better, even still.
no, this or
Ooh.
something even better still. Yeah.
Oh, even better still.
Even better
Oh,
still.
wait, say it again. All right, y'all. I butchered that. Go ahead, Amy.
Something this or something even better still.
Still. Wow, I love that. I love that. That's
Yeah.
powerful. I hope you all are writing this down. So you need to stop walking your dog. Sorry, Betty. Stop walking your dog and write that down. Say it again, Amy.
I would love this or something even better still because
Mm,
you don't know what is possible in the universe.
we don't.
What does
We're
the
like we're
universe
like
have in store
Clydesdales with
for you?
those things on our eyes, you know? We
Yes,
can't see.
blinders, yeah.
Blinders,
And
yeah.
and we might not have an imagination big enough to imagine what's possible.
Yeah. I mean, source is infinite imagination.
Correct.
And when we plug into source, and that you can call that God, Allah, energy, like the physicist, uh, chi, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
God, I
Creative
don't care what you
energy.
call it, the origin of the universe, universal life, um, that energy is boundless and infinite.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to plug
So
in. All right. So,
and
Amy,
so
you and I
when
could talk forever. I am just looking, I'm like, oh my God, 42 minutes have passed so fast.
yes.
Tell us that third D.
All
The
right.
first
So
D, design. Second D,
you've
decide.
designed, yes, when you've designed your dream and you've
Mhm.
decided you're going for it, then what happens? Then you're like, yeah, I'm going for it. And then
Mm,
suddenly those little voices start speaking to you saying, "Oh, who do you think you are? You
mm,
didn't do that last year. What makes you think you're going to do it this year?"
mm.
And those voices are the voices of our paradigms, our fear. That
Our
is,
inner snipers.
yes, that's trying to keep us safe. That's the ancient part of the brain,
Yep.
the amygdala that wants to
Mhm,
keep you safe. And even if the status quo stinks, to put it mildly,
mhm.
it will try to keep you there.
Yeah,
And
because
so,
if anybody escapes, it scares the hell out of everybody else, right?
yeah, yeah. So you 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 do the third D, which is dance with your fear. You say, "Fear, come along. I know you're going to be there no matter what. Fear is going to be there." But you let
Mm,
it, you can be my partner, but I am taking the lead. Let's
mm.
go out on the dance floor. Let's learn this new step. It's a new dance, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it anyway, even
And
though
we'll have fun.
we're going to have fun. We're going to try to have fun.
No
And
freaking
we
matter
might,
what.
and we might fail and fall on our face, but we're going to dance anyway. Let's dance. So design your dream,
Mm,
decide for your dream, and then dance with your fear and do it
mm.
anyway.
I love that. So I have been to your complimentary webinar, which is really amazing. And by the way, y'all can find out about that. Go to actnowlifecoaching.com and you'll find out about the complimentary webinars that Amie offers. But I've been there. And one thing I wanted to ask you before we close is what is a quick writing exploration? Because I know you give these great writing
Yeah.
explorations in that seminar, in your seminars. What is one quick writing exploration or adventure that you would assignment? I hate that word though. Exploration or adventure that you would give our listeners
Yes. So
use?
it goes back to what I did when I wrote that thing that I What would you ask that question of yourself? What would I love?
Mm.
And 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 because your mind might put up blocks to
Mm.
imagination,
Yeah.
instead of thinking in the next 6 months or a year, what would I love? Go out 3 years, 3 to 4 years, because then
Mm.
your mind won't stop you saying, well, that's not possible. But if you go far enough into the future, like you're getting into the DeLorean and Back to the Future, and
Mm.
you were to go out 3 years from now or 5 years
Mhm.
from now, what would you love your life to look like? And use all five senses, and really, like, who are you with? What are you doing? What are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting, if
Where
anything?
are you?
Where are you? Are you inside? Are you outside?
I'm outside.
Just like really, like you're creating a movie. Like
Love
I
it.
know Natalie Ledwell does the mind.
Yes, and Natalie's been on the show.
Yeah,
If y'all didn't watch her episode, go
yeah,
watch it. And also make sure you subscribe.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that would be the exercise, and give yourself at least 5 to 10 minutes of just letting it flow and not
Mm.
judging anything. Just let it flow. Just do like a brain dump. Um,
All right, Amie, you just gave me an idea. Okay, I know in the mastermind, we've been talking about our inner children and our inner teenagers, and
yeah,
we've been doing a lot of mindset work to release their hold on us
yeah,
because, yeah, we've been having some tantrums going on, really, y'all. And our group is very aware, right? Self-aware. And if you don't think there's a tantrum going on with one of your inner children, we need to talk. But the tantrums. So here's what I'm thinking. Like when we finish, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to let, because mine is 7 years old, you know that.
hmm
7-year old, I'm going to let her write about what she wants.
yeah.
What does she want?
hmm
Because we become, when we become adults,
Yes.
so often that is at the expense of our creativity, our
hmm
dreams, our uh, possibilities. I mean, it's like we get. I'm thinking. I see this image of those amusement parks where they have those log rides, and the log rides have to go down this particular. That's like we get in the log ride and we can't get off.
hmm
There's nowhere else to go. You're going to go where the little log ride goes,
That's it.
and we have got to find a way to script something different. And whether you all listening write this as the age you are now or a younger age or both, I think
hmm
both would be cool. It's so important because otherwise you're living somebody else's dream.
So many people are,
Yeah.
you know, guided by people in their lives who are didn't accomplish what they wanted in their life, and so they're hoping the next generation will. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and you feel a responsibility to that oftentimes.
Mm.
So especially for those of us of a certain age who, you
You
know,
mean 25
yeah, yeah, you
backwards.
get to a point, and kudos to this generation coming up, is they're not staying stuck in a job they hate for decades.
Right. They're not.
So they're jumping from one thing to another to try it on,
Yeah.
see if it's what's right for them, and I think that's,
They're like the bungee cord jumpers,
yeah,
you know? They're
yeah,
just like, let's go try this one. Let's try this bridge. Let's go over here.
yeah, yeah.
Let's skydive. Well, Amie, gosh, you've given us so much incredible, rich material to think about today. I
Thank
love it. To design your dream, design, not just think it, not hope it, design it. And then to decide and commit to it. And then, third one, in spite of everything, because once you decide, there's going to be resistance and stuff that comes up. Dance with your fear. Dance with your fear.
Yeah.
Welcome the fear because the fear tells you you really care about it, right?
It means you're on your green growing edge. You are
Ooh,
transforming.
green growing edge. That's another Amyism. I've never heard that. Your
Well, it
green
isn't
growing
any
edge.
it's all borrowed from other people who've taught me.
Well,
So,
doesn't matter. I've never heard it. So, and probably somebody listening hasn't either.
yeah.
Green growing edge. So,
Yes.
Amie, this is our favorite part of the Bold Badass Business Show. This is when we give something away
Yeah.
because you all, the Bold Badass Business Show for me is literally you all. I mean, I finance a lot of this myself, the show. I do have a few paying sponsors, but this is my labor of just love, love, love because I want great people doing great work in the world, making a ripple of positivity in the world to have their message out to as
Mhm.
many people as possible on the internet for posterity, right? Because
Yeah.
long after you and I are gone,
Yeah.
it's going to be there, for
Mhm.
better or for worse. Sometimes I think, oh, my daughter will be like, oh, there's my mom. She had me in a in uh, uh, a silly sled when I was 2, and she took a video of it. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Um, but my hope, is that this show inspires you to stop sitting on your arse, as Shakespeare would say, and to go for it. And I know that Amie has a special gift to give you. So, Amie, tell them what it is, and then I'll tell them the URL where it is available.
Yes. Yes. I am offering a complimentary one-on-one 45-minute session, a dream breakthrough call, where we get to spend time on your dream, what you would love, and the next best steps that you can take to get you there and build your confidence to do it. So,
Mm,
yeah,
no more waiting.
no more waiting. Yeah.
No more excuses.
This is your time. This is your life. You get to be in the director's chair, and you
Mm.
get to be the one who creates and designs your second act success story, your SaaS.
Oh, I love that. Your sass, your second ass success story. And I love that we talked about together, you and I came up with your sparkle awaits,
Your
your
spark.
second act sparkle awaits.
Yeah.
So, you all, there is no time to waste. Now, Amie, the retail value of this is
$297.
whoa, hello, hello. Could everybody go woot woot? Let's hear some hearts. Let's see some hearts. Put it in the chat, y'all. Wow, $297. You all, here's the thing. Amie is so generous to give you this session. And all our guests have given incredible gifts that are all available here, sorry, available here. And they are at https://bit.ly/free from Dr. B. And actually, it will work if you just put bit.ly/free from Dr. B, which is DRB,
Hmm.
right there. Freefromdrb.com, bit.ly/free from Dr. B. And Amie's wonderful gift will be there. And just, it's probably already there now. Thank you, Mary, my VA. And you all just go on in. You can listen to episodes that interest you. You can take whatever gifts you want. The whole point is that we want you to not just sit there and hope. Hoping and waiting are not strategies for success.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So, Amie, as we close out, what is one last thing you'd love to say to everyone listening?
Um, I would like to encourage you to fail fast.
Whoa.
Because when we were babies learning to walk, we didn't give up after we fell the first time. And something happens when we become adults and we stop giving ourselves permission to fail.
Mm.
So take take a leap of faith, fail fast, and every step you take in the direction of your dream is one step closer to the yes, to the win, to the life you love. Yeah.
Design your dream, decide and commit and dance with your fear. Amie Sponza, you have given us so much good stuff. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you
And
for
to
having me.
everyone listening, I just want to say to you, go now, bit.ly/free from Dr. B, DRB, and grab Amie's complimentary session of value of $297. Oh my God, that she's giving you. And spend that time with her, because your dream awaits, your sparkle awaits,
Yeah,
and someone is waiting for your message.
that's
So,
right.
this has been the Bold Badass Business Show. We keep it real, we give you the truth, right? We don't butter it up or make it pretty. We tell you what it really is like to have a business. And it's not all roses and unicorns.
Mm.
It's hard. Sometimes it's freaking hard. And sometimes you have family members who are having issues and you're just trying to survive with your business, right, Amie?
That's right. Yeah.
It's how it is. So, you all listening, I want you to know that even if today you do not feel like a badass in business, maybe today you're feeling like, oh God, I'm like a bummer in business. You are here. Daggone it, you are here on a Friday afternoon listening to the Bold Badass Business Show, listening to all the wisdom dropped by amazing Amie Sponza. And guess what? You are a badass. So be here next Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Is that right? Pacific?
Yep.
Be here in whatever time zone you're in. If you're in India, you figure it out. But be here for the Bold Badass Business Show, and we promise we will bring you inspiration that you can use to make your business journey less perspiration and more power. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Amie.
Thank you for having me.